Hi, I'm Megan Hannon, and this is my thesis proposal presentation. So my topic would be modern nobility, is what I'm calling it, how celebrity has replaced monarchy in contemporary American society. The introduction to all of this is basically that I have always been very fascinated with celebrity and how people get famous and why they stay famous and people's obsession with them. And in my mind, I kind of related it to royalty. It's really just like, it's almost like they're on the same level, like royals and celebrities. I always kind of equated it back to, well, this is more recently, I've equated it to people's obsession with the invention of television and media, like Queen Elizabeth's whole life, and how you can kind of almost compare her to like an American celebrity like Taylor Swift or something. So I kind of am befuddled by this. I'm weirded out that celebrities have the same amount of respect from people as royalty. So, going into my literature review, I found 5 great sources, 3 of which I included in my original literature review. So, Catherine the Great, I found a really great source on her and how she kind of self-curated her own content to become a better ruler, essentially, and she faced a lot of backlash from people in the Enlightenment, kind of like contemporary thinkers of her time, saying that she wasn't fit to rule, she wasn't a good ruler, and she would write these diary entries, basically memoirs of her entire life, and sometimes she would write fictional imaginations, basically, of things that were yet to happen, and it helped her become Catherine the Great. And I always, when I was reading it, all I could think of was Kim Kardashian and how she let all of her fans into her life through her own social media, through her show, and kind of built her brand off of that. So there's an example right there of celebrities and royalty kind of connecting. Social media and reverence and emulation. So I found this other great source on how Facebook and Twitter gives fans and like the public a better look into how, well, like a better way to communicate with the celebrities that they love so much, and how one sentence in the study was like how social media affects or helps satisfy ego needs that are fundamental to the human condition, which connects back to my whole idea of people having a need to revere these people, and how maybe in the past we needed to revere political figures like royalty, and now we have a need to just fill that with celebrities. I found a really great source on Princess Diana and how she is the people's princess, but this study was actually how the public did not react, how news outlets were like projecting them to. So the news after her death promoted like a bunch of basically remembrance things, and she supposedly had a huge following, but a lot of people in this study actually claimed that they did not really care about her death at all. And so this source kind of goes back to how high status celebrities have, it can just be skewed easily in the public, while people revere these figures so much, kind of don't always care so much, but people are supposed to via the media. And then I connected Adorno's piece about the culture industry, and the idea that the industry produces media for the sake of producing, and that takes away from the validity of the media itself. And I kind of equated that back to how celebrities, when they post things, kind of just, it becomes newsworthy that they're posting something, and that increases their status. And this can also be equated back to the royals of today, how anything they ever do, or in the past, anything they do is newsworthy, and Adorno and the culture industry kind of just support that. And then I found this book called On Royalty by Jeremy Paxman, and that focuses mostly on familial ties in royal families, but he has a part where he talks about the status of royalty can be invoked to produce a higher status in celebrities, basically. How Run DMC calls themselves the kings of queens, and how Queen Latifah has a name referring back to royalty in her name, and how celebrities can invoke those status, like, not modifiers, like status markers to in turn up their status. My research question, I kind of narrowed it down into a 2-part question. So I wanted to ask, did sex